Hey, here we go. So, if you all can remember, I decided to hone out the cylinders, put back in the old pistons, put a new set of rings in, and I'll have new power valve seals in. There's the head back on the left hand side. I'm just waiting for a bush for the right hand side. Now I'm putting it back on, not necessarily to use, but more of checking these pistons and barrels on these cylinders to see what my compression rate is. Now I know people are going to say this, that and t'other, and what was the point, and blah 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 blah, the bike's 39 years old and all this. Well, I really wanted to see if it really needed to be rebored from standard 64mm, and I was curious on me takings on the measurements on the old piston rings to the new piston rings. Now I really do think that once I've checked and get the results from my compression test, after I put the other head or cylinder and head back on, I'll be making decisions to probably tear it all down and rebuild a complete engine with new bearings and seals. Considering that I believe the engine hasn't been touched, and it's 39 years old, and there's a very high chance that bearings or in bushes they're just old, aren't they? So, you know, it would make sense for us to get plenty of life out of it to just do it. So that was my decision. Yes, I painted the barrels right. I wanted to check on the previous video to see what it'd be like to soda blast. So I bought some soda from Lidl and I blasted the heads, painted them, and blast them and paint them cost us a tenner. Yes, it's matte, it's satin, whatever colour you want to call it, but it's only temporary, it's not a full-time thing. I do want to eventually, like I said, take out this motor, give it a thorough clean inside, the engine bay. So that's my plan. I'm ready for number two. I just need another bush. I need a power valve bush. Now when I originally took this out, I couldn't get one of the power valve bushes out, and like I said, in my opinion, the motor hadn't been touched from the top end, bottom end, and one of the bushes was seized in, just as the exhaust bolts were. I think they'd been taken off before. The exhaust has definitely been taken off before, but the head, no. Now I've cleaned fully the two carburetors, had them to bits. I put them in the sonic cleaner. They're in a bag, all clean, ready to go on. And all I'm waiting for to get this and test this is the other bush. Checked smaller bearing, the pin, and there was the state of the corrosion on that bush. Like I say, head honed it out at 15 seconds. That's all I did, 15 seconds with a horner machine in there, and that was enough to horn it. And I checked it all around, 15 seconds. I wanted to see if the cylinder was any misshaped, and it wasn't. 15 seconds, fully all the way around, took off all the little blemishes. Now I bought one of these bushes, but I was a bit hasty. I didn't want to buy a pack. I didn't want to buy a pack of 3. The other 2 are just as good as this one. Well, in pretty good condition. That's a brand new one. Oh, wrong size, wrong side. So there's a guy on the LC forum who's got a used one for the time being, and I do intend to replace them all. But look at the state of that. That took some getting out of there. The corrosion inside there was just astronomical. But now, slides in and slides out. New seals, new rings, old piston. That is my plan. That was always my plan, I think. I think the next stage, the next video, just to show you it running. Just to see what's what. Does it run? Will it start first time? Remember before, on the first video, it does start. It's a very lazy starter and very hard to start because of the compression. On one of the videos I said compression was super low, 85 psi if I can really remember. 85 on one cylinder, 75 on the other. No, you know, I did recollect, I think I needed 115 to 150, and I'm way below. And when I made the measurements on my piston rings, that was the culprit. Now, I want people to make a comment if they can for me, is this bike's last 2 MOTs over the last 3 years, since 2000 and, when was it? 2021. So after 3 years, since 2021, it's had 2 MOTs. So it's been sitting somewhere without an MOT. Now, I'm led to believe that the last 2 owners on the bike, not the last one, I bought it off, but before him, was owned by 2 garages. I believe, since it's only got 3 mile on them MOTs, I think someone's got on this bike and thrashed it. Overheated it with these worn piston rings. And I think that's what the problem has been. And it looked like it'd been igniting below the piston rings. I think that's where I got all the burn marks from. That's my assumption. If anybody thinks or has a different idea, or can give me some information on what they think it could have been, let us know. Watch the other videos, you'll see. These piston rings, I mean, here's a question I wanted to ask. With the heat being transferred so rapidly through the full engine, and the conrods looking a bit tarnished with the heat, do you think these pistons might be weaker? You can still see it's dirty inside. It's got 2-stroke burning oil there. I checked the carburetors. Yep, the fuel system, the petrol tank, rusty, not bad, but rusty. Dirty fuel, carburetors, dirty fuel inside the carburetors. I would assume that some of the jets would have been blocked at some form. I've tested the two-stroke system, put my two-stroke. I just want to do a volume check on the two-stroke, but I might do that when I rebuild it if I do strip it. Give us your thoughts. If that sounds like a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, that's me. But there you go. Yamaha RD 350 YPVS F1 top end and rebuilt. I've replaced the old hard pipes with clear pipes. You can see I've got two-stroke oil in this thick one. I didn't want to put the black ones on, I like to see the oil come through. Plus, I think it looks kind of cool. So, let's see. When I run this, I'll run it without the tank. I'll just put some premix in me. I've got one of them hanging little litre petrol containers that hang from the rafters. I'll put some premix in that when I run it. But yeah, I like the U-clips. Everybody knows that, you know, take the engine out, have a full rebuild, new bearings, just everything, you know, just get it all checked so you've got a full health check. But because I don't know the history on it, I want to make sure that if it runs, when it runs, can I set it up since the carbs are all clean, and can I have it set up running so when I take it apart, pretty much happy enough to know that the top end's fit to go back together, and that's the top end done. When the top end's back on, which I think I'm going to be doing Wednesday, I'm going to do a pressure test and check the bottom end. I think that's the way to go. Check that as well. I just want it. I want it to start first time to be used whenever. Well, I'll not be using it in the rain. Sorry lads, but this ain't going in the rain. You know, everything's going to be polished on it. It's going to be completely standard. Yeah, oh, there's one thing. Here's, please, someone. I mean, everybody likes a standard bike, and the bike is completely standard. But I've had a few LCs, 125s, old RDs, 200s, 400, 250 LCs, power valves, on a 17 out of RD 125 LC on the road, brand new, B-reg. But I've always been an all-speed fan, and I had a set on the other 31k that I took to the Isle of Man, and I just love the sound. I used to have make runs, but all speeds have always been the pipe that I've always went back to, and I'm thinking about buying a set of all speeds to put on here, and I really want to get people's opinion, and I'll tell you why. The pipes look pretty good, but got a problem with one pipe. It's snapped taking it off. So, do I put the standard pipes on, which weigh a ton? But I think the only thing I'm going to change on it is a set of black all speeds. What's your thoughts on that? Keep it totally standard with the pipes, get the pipe welded, and we'll put a set of all speeds on. I'll be honest, I like people's opinion, but I really am being pushed to buy a brand new set of speeds. I think they're 550. I don't think they're I think they come bare metal, they're about 750 chromed. I paid about 550 for my chrome ones when 15 years ago for my 31k. The last 31k I had was the one with the nose fairing in the belly pan. I took that one to Yale Man. But this one, I'm still pumping to the idea, since that exhaust is broke, get a set of all speeds for it. Give us your thoughts. Thanks.